Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Not the Right. I'm Natasha, your host. Today, I am with Nick, my partner in crime, or in today's case, crime commentary.
Yeah, today's episode is wild. We're diving into what feels like a straight-up political thriller, except it's happening in real life. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been hit with bribery and fraud charges, and the details are crazy.
Oh, it's juicy, all right. For those who haven't heard, Adams is the first NYC mayor to face criminal charges while still in office. I mean, if this isn't a scandal straight out of a Netflix drama, I don't know what is.
Yeah, the indictment alleges some pretty serious stuff. Like 5 counts, including 2 counts of soliciting contributions from foreign nationals. And we're not talking about a little slip-up here. Prosecutors are saying that Adams's campaign conspired with Turkish entities to funnel foreign donations through US-based straw donors. It's a whole web of fraud.
Right, and it's not just about illegal contributions. Adams is also accused of using these funds to defraud the city through New York's matching funds program. So basically, these foreign donations were dressed up to look legit, and the campaign applied for matching funds, raking in about $10 million of taxpayer money in the process. It's a classic case of robbing Peter to pay, well, yourself, apparently.
Exactly. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's more in the indictment about Adams allegedly receiving some pretty swanky perks. Free or discounted flights on Turkish Airlines, hotel stays, meals, basically the works. And all of it was allegedly arranged by a senior Turkish official. I mean, when's the last time someone offered me a free first-class flight for doing them a favor?
Oh, Nick, maybe you're not hanging out with the right crowd. But seriously, it's not just the freebies that are problematic. It's the way Adams allegedly tried to cover it all up. The indictment claims he didn't disclose any of these gifts and actively worked to hide them. Apparently, he'd pay a small amount to make it look like he'd paid for his luxury accommodations. Talk about crafting a fake paper trail.
Yeah, prosecutors are saying he even instructed people to make it look like he had fully paid for those perks, when in reality it was just a token amount to give the appearance of transparency. That's not just bending the rules, that's snapping them in half and then pretending they were never there.
The real kicker, though, is the alleged quid pro quo. The indictment claims that in September 2021, a Turkish official asked Adams to intervene with the New York Fire Department to push through the opening of a Turkish consular skyscraper that would have failed a fire inspection. And what do you know? The building opened just as requested after Adams reportedly applied some good old-fashioned pressure.
Yeah, that part feels like something straight out of a political noir film. A foreign official says, "Hey, I've got this building. It's not exactly up to code, but could you make sure it gets opened anyway?" And boom, Adams allegedly delivers.
And let's not forget, this isn't just about Adams anymore. Several of his allies have been swept up in this legal mess too. Federal agents have been raiding homes, issuing subpoenas, and 4 separate corruption probes are in full swing involving folks in Adams' orbit. Even the New York City Police Commissioner Edward Caban resigned earlier this month. It's a domino effect of scandals.
That's right. The indictment traces back to last November when the feds raided the home of Adams's chief fundraiser. Since then, things have spiraled. Top aides, people connected to the NYPD, all getting caught in this wide-ranging investigation. My question is, who's going to rat first and get a plea deal? The FBI isn't messing around.
It's wild to think how deep this goes. I mean, we're talking about a mayor who's still actively in office, running one of the biggest, most visible cities in the world. And as of now, Adams has no legal obligation to step down unless convicted. But, the pressure is mounting. Governor Kathy Hochul could technically remove him from office, but she hasn't made any moves yet.
Yeah, that's going to be the next big thing to watch. Adams has his eyes on re-election in 2025, but with these charges hanging over him, his political future is very uncertain. How do you run a campaign for re-election when you're under indictment for bribery and fraud?
It's like trying to run a marathon with concrete shoes on. The indictment is a massive weight, and as much as he might try to push forward, It's hard to imagine New Yorkers just ignoring all of this.
And let's be real, New Yorkers are not known for holding back their opinions. If Adams tries to brush this off, he's going to get hit with some serious backlash.
And deservedly so if the allegations hold up. This isn't just a case of poor judgment or bending a few rules. We're talking about soliciting foreign donations, defrauding the city, and potentially compromising public safety by pressuring city departments. If that skyscraper had a fire after skipping inspection, it could have been catastrophic. Yeah, the implications are serious. You've got corruption, foreign influence, and public safety all rolled into one scandal. Adams is in deep, and it's going to take a lot more than a few carefully crafted statements to get him out of this one. For sure. The legal process is just starting to unfold, but the political fallout is already in motion. It'll be fascinating to see how this plays out in the courts and on the streets of New York.
Definitely. And like you said earlier, this isn't just about Adams anymore. It's about the people around him, the broader political landscape, and even how we approach campaign finance and foreign influence in elections. There's a lot to unpack here.
Absolutely. This case could end up being a blueprint for how we address these issues in future elections. Campaign finance laws are already complex and full of loopholes, and this kind of scandal only highlights the need for reform.
Yeah, the system's been ripe for exploitation for a long time, and Adams' case might just be the wake-up call we need to make some serious changes.
Or at least one would hope. But we'll keep our eyes on this one and update you all as the case develops.
And we'll be watching closely to see if Adams makes any bold moves, like trying to run for re-election while fighting these charges. I mean, stranger things have happened in American politics, right?
Oh, don't get me started. That's a whole other episode. But for now, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning in to Not the Right. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and we'll catch you next time for another deep dive into the wild world of politics.
Catch you later, everyone. And remember, if you're running for office, maybe steer clear of Turkish Airlines, huh?
Wise words, Nick. Graham Thuslan. Bye, folks.